Alright, I think I'll start this off with a simple question. Who else was having flashbacks to the second Broly movie from this? Like, you know, like, one of the defining characteristics of Broly, one of the things that makes him such an interesting and complex character... threw up a little in my mouth. One of the things that makes Broly Broly is that he constantly shouts, you know, Kakarot, you know, on permanent loop, you know? And by the time we get to the second movie, that's pretty much all the thing he's shouting. But for anybody out there that was, you know, kind of annoyed that he keeps saying Kakarot when we all know him as Goku, this episode provides the answer, because Legendary Super Saiyan Kale only knows him as Goku, so she just continuously shouts, you know, Son Goku, must kill Son Goku, so at least it was a refreshing spin on the whole Broly thing. But anyway, this'll be Dragon Ball Super Episode 100, okay, I'm sorry, those are Caulifla's tits, I'm sorry, different thing I have to pull up here, okay, let's try that again. I'm shitty at editing, guys, sorry. This'll be Dragon Ball Super Episode 100! Okay, those are still very large, buoyant chesticles there, okay. To be fair, they're mostly muscle. Okay. The vast majority of this episode. I'll be honest with you, for, like, I don't know if a lot of people were expecting something really grand for the 100th episode. I don't know. I mean, anime is always hit or miss with that. Sometimes it'll be special, sometimes it won't be. You know, I think we got something pretty cool at the end of the episode anyway, but for the majority of the episode, it's pretty much just Kale She-Hulking out into Legendary Super Saiyan and then proceeding to just slam Goku into a wall after wall, you know, that's pretty much it. And then Goku gets up and he's like, whoa, she's pretty strong, oh! And then just continuously gets knocked back again and again and again. Before that, though, we do get some interesting moments between Caulifla and Goku. So Caulifla finally makes her, like, appearance known to Goku, and is gonna go after him. They take out, like, 2 random members of universes we don't get to see there, and then they confront Goku. Now, Caulifla immediately wants Kale to go into her true power, you know, the Legendary Super Saiyan form. Kale tries to do it, but she can't. She can't go into it at will anyway. She has to have, like, an intense emotional stress in order to activate it. Like we had, like, obviously she is so gaga for Caulifla, for her Nissan, or is it Oni-san? I don't know, I'm not a Japanese person, but you know what I mean, like, she's kind of, like, going there. I don't know if it's just sisterly love, or sisterly love, but, anybody that seems to approach on Caulifla seems to rub Kale the wrong way, and then she goes into her movie 8 form. But for the most part, it's mostly Caulifla confronting Goku. So the first thing she does is like, alright, let me show you my new badass form. Now, Caulifla did go into Super Saiyan 2 the first time Kale went into her form, you know, and then she managed to, you know, knock Kale into her sensors by going Super Saiyan 2. Since then, I guess she hasn't been able to match that form, or she didn't know what she was doing. So it seems like the reverse of what happened in the story. You know, you have Vegeta and Trunks going into, like, the more, you know, like, the Vegeta did, like, the Ascended Super Saiyan, and then you have Trunks going into, like, the it used to be called the Ultra Super Saiyan form, but I don't know if it's called that anymore. I think it's called, like, the Power-Weighted Super Saiyan form, you know, and then eventually Gohan transcended both of them by going into the true SS2 form. It seems like we have a reverse of that with Caulifla. Caulifla went into SS2 first, but I guess because she didn't know how to get into it, she kept on trying to get into it, trying to force her way into it, and it just resulted in her going into her super... That's the only slide I have of this, I apologize. Going into her power-weighted Super Saiyan form. She tries this against Goku, she thinks she's badass, Goku literally just sidesteps her and then just knocks her on her very large muscular chest, and then Caulifla's like, how did you do that? Goku summarizes it very quickly. You sacrificed you sacrificed speed for power. We've all been there. It's okay. You'll kind of talking to Caulifla like she's a kindergartner, you know, just like, it's like, okay, it's okay, buddy. You'll get there, you know. We all have that moment in our Saiyan lives where we try to sacrifice speed for power and we get super buff and we try to take on giant green men and we got the shit kicked out of us. We all have those moments. You'll get there eventually, girl. So Goku shows her what a true Super Saiyan 2 is, and I guess through seeing it from Goku and trying to match, because she has done it before, she is able to figure it out on her own, and she's able to ascend to Super Saiyan 2. The fight begins with Goku versus Caulifla. While in the middle of this, Kale decides to intervene. She shoots like an energy ball. Goku just deflects it and kind of gives her a smug remark. He's like, yeah, sorry, but could you please not bother us? We're in the middle of this. And Kale, Goku, you know, he's just like, I'm in the middle of fighting, you're kind of bothering us, because Goku has no fucking idea who Kale is. Oh, shit, I almost forgot about this, and I'm glad I didn't. You remember that Yard Rat from Universe 2? Remember him? You'd think he was gonna do something cool. No, he doesn't. He's like instant transmissioning around Goku, and then Caulifla just knocks him off the side, and that's it. Okay, whatever. Anybody that thought that the Yardratian was gonna do something cool, or he could do like instant transmission back to the fighting stage, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was eliminated. I mean, I don't think we saw him do it, but maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, that was just a weird scene. Okay, so, they're fighting. Caulifla looks over at Kale. Kale's crying because Goku basically told her to fuck off. And Kale says to Caulifla, she says, "Am I a burden to you, sister?" And then Caulifla, knowing that she needs to go into the form, just kind of like, just gives her the cold shoulder. And that pisses off Kale something fierce, and then bada bing, bada boom, you know, we go from there. So it proceeds to just an all-out balls deep, you know, basically that scene in movie 8 when Broly was just fucking up the Z fighters one after another, just knocking them into walls and solid objects. Goku takes it rather well at first, walks right up to her, and he's just like, "Oh, so that's your true form, huh?" And, you know, Kale proceeds to, like, choke slam it, you know, energy ball thing. Vegeta shouts over there, like, "Careful, Kakarot! That might be the Saiyan's true form." But, like, what? We never talked about this! What the You know, we never said anything about this. What, the Saiyan's true form? What? Because you have to keep in mind, remember, they're tapping into the Divine Key and everything right now, but the normal evolution for a Saiyan wouldn't normally be tapping into the Divine Key. So maybe either Vegeta's referring to the original legend of the Super Saiyan, or he's referencing, like, that is, like, the primal ancestor to the Super Saiyan, or that's the true, like, apex of power of the Super Saiyan when you don't get God Key involved. I don't know what he was implying there. You could always include the lore from movie 8. You can include that legend that was spoken about back in the Frieza saga, about the Legendary Super Saiyan and everything like that. I'm just gonna go with that route and just act like, yeah, like they're meeting Broly for the first time, you know, and that's the way they go about it, because of course he's non-canon. And if any of you Broly fanboys out there did have some hope that when Goku sees Kale or Vegeta sees Kale, they're gonna bring it up, this reminds me of something. No. It's not brought up. It's not a thing. Although you should just be happy, I guess, the Legendary Super Saiyan form is in fact canon. So she just goes on a fucking rampage. At one point, Kale, she's like emanating steam. It's like her body's overheating. It's like a fucking car that's overheating. And it's like steam's just erupting from her. At one point, she stands on top of the rubble and just starts like blitzkrieging just everybody, just knocking them off the fucking side of the thing, just bushwhacking the entire competition here. And we don't know how many people get knocked off from that. I don't think as many get knocked off as you would expect to. We see a scene of, like, Botamo and Magetta, like, running away from it, but they don't get knocked off. I think just some riffraff or fodder get knocked off. Zeno is, of course, delighted. He's like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." Eventually, it comes on down to the Pride Troopers. One of the Pride Troopers member tries to restrain Kale. Hit gets involved. Hit manages to save Caulifla from getting hit, and Hit's more worried about Kale killing somebody, because then they get disqualified. Has it ever been mentioned, by the way, if one of the members from the team if the entire team gets disqualified if they kill somebody, or if it's just that particular person that gets disqualified? I want to say it's the entire team, right? The whole team gets disqualified if one person kills them on the team. Okay. Well, anyway, Hit gets involved. He uses his time skip. He actually uses it earlier in the episode to take down that Naganama guy, the guy from Universe 3, the robot with the gyro arms. You know, he rips off both of his arms. He's about ready to charge up his laser cannon, and Hit just uses time skip and just twacks the fucking thing off the side. So, you know, way to go, Hit. I feel like Universe 3 is going to be one of those universes that's just going to be like the scrap universe. Like, we're just going to show off you taking out some Universe 3 members just for the sake of you guys don't give a shit, so nobody cares if you lose. But, yeah, so Hit gets involved, and also the Pride Troopers get involved, not the least of which being Jiren. And this is where the end of the episode really kicks off and everyone kind of wets their pants. Topo is noticing just how strong Kale is. She's letting out a She-Hulk roar, you know, and Topo's like, even her voice is this powerful. And so Jiren just hops down and he just like, I got this. I'm like, whoa. That was a ting. You felt it, didn't you? You felt. I'm not making a lame reference, but you felt that tingly sensation all over your back, didn't you? It's like Jiren just steps down, opens his eyes, like, I got this, guys. Just you guys hang tight. Got this. Just Kale's in the middle of trying to attack Caulifla. Jiren just power slams into her, knocks an energy ball right into Kale, knocks her off. Does not knock her off the platform, but knocks her a decent distance away, and then just right out of a fucking like action movie video game, just like boom, turns around, faces the camera, crosses his arms. It's over. Fucking blows up behind him. Big fucking Michael Bay fireball from hell explosion. Now, that was cool, of course, but it really doesn't. Was Kale introduced as the Legendary Super Saiyan just to show off how fucking cool Jiren was? Because let me tell you right the fuck now, I'm cool with that. I mean, let's be honest here. Broly was never that interesting. Kale as a Legendary Super Saiyan, she's just, they're muscle heads. That's all they are. Kill Son Goku. Kill Kakarot. That's all they are. They're cool. They shoot energy blasts and everything. Big, huge explosions. Big buff muscles, in which case giving me weird feelings involving Kale's, but whatever. Anyway, they're cool in terms of fighting. I'm just saying, in terms of prolonged character being around very often, they can get more annoying than awesome. You know what I mean? Broly was cool the first time you see him. Two movies later, I'm just kind of like, all right, are we done with this guy? You know? Like, after watching a whole or 2 or 3 or 4 episodes with Kale screaming, Son Goku must kill Kurosu Goku, I think that would be kind of boring, but I'm pretty sure that might have been the only thing she's there. Now, Kale is not out of the competition. Caulifla picks her up, kind of like does her hair back, and then you have this moment where Hit and Jiren are staring at each other, and you think like, oh, is it gonna be a thing? And no. It lasts like 5 seconds. Hit just kind of looks at him like, are you, you're that, okay. And then Goku walks out of the dust, and Caulifla and Kale leave, and Hit's like, yep, and then just leaves. It's like, yep, getting out of here, not being here for this one. And we get the ultimate confrontation next episode. I don't know if it's going to be next episode. The Pride Troopers are definitely going to play a big role next episode, because it looks like we see all of them being introduced. We see like we maybe have Goku and Jiren begin their fight, but it's going to be just kind of like a bullshit sparring match or fight, because it mostly seems like next episode is going to focus on 17 and 18 having battles with other members of the Pride Troopers. Like, you see the General fighting. Like, the General summons, like, these energy swords out of his hands and attacks, like, 17, and 18's fighting this little imp Pride Trooper, and there's, like, a woman on the team, too. So it doesn't seem like too much Jiren Goku action next episode, but, he's obviously been built up to fuck. I mean, we know he's awesome. We know he's badass. I just hope it's one of those things where it's like, Jiren is super powerful. How's Goku gonna handle? Oh, Goku just discovered another power-up out of nowhere. I discovered how to use this red key all of a sudden. Now I'm gonna beat you up, Jiren. I hope they do the fight well, of course, but it's Dragon Ball Super. I'm not holding my breath too much. Maybe 50-50 shot, you know, you never know. But yeah, I want to present you this. Just throwing this out there. Just bear with me now. Universe 7 still wins the tournament, but Goku gets eliminated. Do you think that's a possibility? You think that's possible? You think that's one way they could go about it? Like, it's almost the end of the tournament. It's like only a few fighters left. Maybe we even have a few more, like Tien and Piccolo might be eliminated at that point or whatever. And you have like just, it's down to Jiren and Goku, and it's like they fall off together or something like that. Maybe? I don't know. And then it's like Master Roshi that claims the crown or something like that. They only need one. Personally, I'd be fine with Gohan. I hope we get a solid Gohan fight, because considering all the fucking build-up we've had with the guy, I hope we get a build-up. Yeah, like, did you see the ending, the new ending of Dragon Ball Super, where it's like the last scene is like, we'll go back home, and then Goku and Gohan are jumping forward like they're fighting together? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that, but I hope we get a scene with Gohan fighting anyway. But yeah, that was a cool episode. The middle was kind of like a bland... I shouldn't say bland, because it's Dragon Ball, you know? So, like, half the episode being taken up by just the two muscle-bound people beating the shit out of each other, that should be cool with that. And I am. I just say not much to commentate on, is what I should say. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this review here, but, hey, 100 episodes, here's to 100 more. I think we could do it. I think we could figure out some other shit to include here. No Frieza this episode, no Frieza action, so maybe next week we'll get an update on the old F-Dog. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Tekking101 signing out. Remember to like and subscribe. Check out some more of my videos over here and subscribe in this general region. End cards are wacky, you know? Alright, later guys.